evening, 47. The target is Jimmy Chen, a cynical tabloid journalist who will literally kill for a good story. A failed actor who became an internet sensation, the target has made a name for himself in online journalism by creating fake stories and sensational headlines. When taking on a pharmaceutical conglomerate, Chen obtained evidence that the company was withholding damaging data on an antidepressant. Instead of going public, Chen sat on the material for a year until a sudden wave of suicides gave him the sales hook he needed. Our client's sister jumped in front of a train, and they hold Chen accountable. We have intercepted information suggesting Jimmy Chen is currently researching a secret society for a US tabloid magazine. Good luck, 47.
Yo, what's up guys, my name is Mr. Freeze2244. Welcome to the Stowaway, the reactivated elusive target. This is the definitive version of it, so I'm going to be showing you two particular strategies for this. I'm going to use the default equipment for method 1, and I'm going to use the electrocution foam for method 2. But for method 1, instead of bringing on the fiber wire, if you have it, I would recommend bringing along the lethal poison vial or lethal poison pills, whichever takes your fancy, whichever one you have. Now, we're obviously going to start in the harbour because it's the closest location really to the actual location. And plus it caters to the people that have mastery level like 1 or a very low mastery level. Because we can't start in the Ark Society, unfortunately. So we are going to have to get ourselves a disguise at the start. So this is going to be different to my method I did earlier on in the year. But those methods still work, so feel free to use that video if you choose to. But for this one, we're going to need to go and grab a disguise here from a guard. This is very familiar to my last guide as well, just the start bit for getting the disguise. So we threw a coin in the corner there to distract the guard, and we need to go and grab his disguise. There's going to be a couple of disguise changes throughout this playthrough, because that's what it needs, unfortunately. So we are going to go and grab this disguise. Yeah, but this method is really easy. Even though we're using 3 different disguises throughout this, we are... this is very, very easy to do.
Yes, hello, sir.
So once we grabbed his disguise there, we picked up his weapon and the coin back anyway. We don't use them, but I don't know. I don't like leaving evidence behind, even though there's an unconscious body there. Anyway, we're heading up to the where the target actually is, and we need to point him out. So I'm going to show you where he is first. So we're going to make our way through this crowd here. This is probably not the fastest way of getting up to the party, but I'm not 100% familiar with the Isle of Sgail. Like, it's probably my least played map in Hitman 2. But when you come up these stairs here, make sure you watch out with the camera on your right. Stay over the left, because there's a camera up there, and you don't want to get napped by that. That would be bad, because that means you have to start again. Because getting into the secure room is quite difficult. So, your target should be in the corner around this time, around about the 2-minute mark. He will be making voice messages in the corner, acting all suspicious and jittery. And he should always, every single time I've tried this, I don't know, I've been playing this for a good 2 hours now, and he always goes and takes this route, and he always goes to the gramophone at the end and takes a picture of that. So that's how you can familiarise yourself with this character. He makes a lot of suspicious movements, and Diana will most likely point it out eventually anyway, that's Jimmy Chen. But you have to make sure you have your back to him as well, otherwise he won't actually do the activity that you need him to do, which is take pictures of the gramophone itself. Look at the impressive detail in this game. I have to give props to the art team for this game. It really is a nice detailed game. Look at the textures and everything.
That server looks oddly out of place. He could be Jimmy Chen. If the location is not
so now we've got that done, we need to make sure we talk to him before he gets past us. And then he will go into 2 different locations. He'll either go down to the downstairs bathroom, or he'll go into the upstairs room and lock himself in either room. Now you can follow him closely and make sure you have your back to him, and then bomb rush him once he actually heads in straight into the room, because if he goes into the room, the door locks itself behind and he changes his disguise. However, for this particular strategy, we're not going to bother with that, because it can have a couple of problems.
Target is on the move.
So for now, you can do that if you want to, but for now, we're not going to bother with that. So he's going to head to the downstairs bathroom, so he's heading to the left. So he's going to change his disguise to the Ark Society disguise, the what's it called? The Architect disguise. My bad. And while he's doing that, we need to go acquire our disguise ourselves. So we're going to head upstairs. head around this area. We're not in a trespassing area. We're completely fine with this disguise on right now. But we are going to head up the stairs here and into this room up here. There's going to be a elite guard in there, and there's going to be an NPC. Now, that's not usual for the regular map, but just be wary of their locations because they can be a little bit different. We're going to get behind this couch right here and then obviously take him out from behind the sofa and grab the gun before the woman turns around. This guard's routine is he will tend to stand next to the window and then sit back down on this sofa, and this woman will just basically walk up and down this room like this, and it gives you a little bit of a moment of whenever you can to take out this elite guard and pick up his weapon and grab his disguise. Once you've got this disguise, we now have to acquire ourselves another disguise because we only needed this just to get through this room. Crazy, I know, but this is how it is. We're going to turn off this fuse box here. We'll close the door and then turn it back on. That's going to distract the bartender, and he's going to come out to investigate the fuse box, and we're going to knock him out and grab his disguise. The reason why we're going to grab his disguise is because we are going to poison the target, just in case you haven't figured that out yet. Close the door, subdue him. He drops a castle key on the floor as well. We don't need it, but you can go ahead and grab that if you want to. One thing to bring back in Hitman 3. Please, can we bring back the thing where we can pick stuff up while we're dragging bodies again? Because I don't like dropping the body as we have to pick up items. Same thing for doors and that. It's just annoying. But once we grab his disguise and hit his body there, we're going to grab some emetic poison. So if you didn't bring any lethal poison along with you, like I said at the start, grab this emetic poison right here and we'll drown the bastard. So we're just going to serve the food. There can be a couple of people around here. There can be a woman around here and a guy that's sitting on the sofa at the back. He can tend to hang around the bar for a bit. Usually when you offer people food they walk away, but in this case it doesn't really tend to work very well. So we are just going to wait for our target. There he is. If you're still not 100% confident that that's him, wait for him to talk to the group of women that are standing in front of us.
Great vibe, huh?
And you'll definitely get the confirmation that that's him. In the meantime, I'm just going to serve this dude and this woman some food. I recommend you probably don't do this because it can mess us up. Look at this. Because this guy's frozen right now.
But seriously, I've been working all night on that.
Like he won't go away, he's just staring at me.
Emulation thing all night. You know? I'm really exhausted.
Like he can't believe he offered. I give him such horrible food. Look at that.
Brain emulator months ago.
Yeah. What a project.
What is going on?
I mean, the vision, the craftsmanship.
You want to try something
It just needed a little bit
different?
of tweaking.
No way.
You wrap your lips around this.
Listen, I'd love to talk, but I'm in the middle of something here.
Excuse me.
It's just
Care for a snack?
higher ups don't want any blueprints of the brain thing lying around. Thanks.
See, ideally we want these two to go away because we don't want them to get in the way of the target, because the target is going to come over to us momentarily after this conversation, and we are going to have to serve him this food. But we are going to have to poison it first. Make sure to do that.
Great. Yeah, let's just talk later.
So as soon as that conversation comes to an end, go ahead and poison the food. And make sure you're highlighted onto the target. Not the person in front of us right now. I need you to go away. There you go.
Excuse me.
And go ahead and
You should
click
try
serve.
this. It really is to die.
So he'll try the food, he'll get a bit sick, and then you're going to follow him to the bathroom. And then we're going to go ahead and drown him.
Nice to meet at least one friendly.
There'll be no need to hide the body because it's an accident kill, so you don't need to worry about that.
You're welcome. It's made just for you.
But if you have used lethal poison here in this situation, he will just fall down and the target will be confirmed dead. And then all you gotta do is just go and grab his dictaphone off the floor, and then you go and grab the go to the exit, any exit you want to. Then there you go. Make sure you watch out for the camera grid here. You don't want to get spotted by that. So let's take to the right. That could really ruin your day if you go and take out the target and then all of a sudden you got spotted by the camera. Shut the door here just in case he can see through the window, and go ahead and drown the target. Once you've done that, you get a confirmed kill, and then he'll drop the dictaphone on the floor.
Target
I
eliminated.
actually almost
Well done.
forgot in a
forget
previous
to pick up
run,
the voice
and I had to rely on Diana to remind me that the dictaphone is on the floor. I thought, oh yeah, I had to pick up that up. So yeah, don't forget to pick that up. Once you come downstairs now, watch out for this elite guard disguise, because this guy, He's a super enforcer and he can see through any disguise on the map. So just watch out for him. He can catch you out, trust me. Because he definitely did when I was doing practice runs. So watch out for this guy. I mean, alternatively, you could just go back and go and get your elite disguise and go to any exit you want to. However, for this one, I obviously didn't think of that at the time, and I tried to take the safest exit possible. And the safest exit possible is the one we came through in the main entrance, so that is where we're going. Again, watch out for any cameras. You don't want to get spotted at this point because it's going to be annoying, because you won't be able to replay it unless you alt tab out if you're on PC or dashboard out if you're on console. So we're going to head through this area. There's no enforcers from this point, so you don't really need to worry about anything. And on the way back, we may as well grab our suit as well, because why not? We're going past there anyway. So overall, this method compared to my method that I did earlier in the year, I think it was January, I think this is more reliable. But the other method that we did is definitely faster. But there's a little bit more risk to it than there is compared to this. So yeah, I'm just going to grab my suit right now. Head straight to the exit. So those of you that keep asking on every single Elusive Target video, even though I'm pretty sure I explain it in every Elusive Target video anyway. How I replay Elusive Targets is basically once I get to the end of the mission and it cuts off, I alt tab out on PC. That means I'll have another chance of having doing the same Elusive Target. So if that's how, if you're wondering how to do it on PC, that's what I gotta do. On console, you just basically close the application on Xbox or close the application on PS4 and then restart the game. That's it. And then, so for this method, we're going to use the electrocution phone. It would be rude not to. So we're going to use the electrocution phone. We're going to start on the same location. However, we're going to go a different route to the target himself.
To the Isle of Sgail,
just to show you a different path
the
than what
target
we
has
did
been spotted
earlier in January, because we also did the electrocution phone method back then. But I'm going to show you a different method,
and remember to
different
collect
route,
Chen's voice
should say,
recorder.
just so it's a little bit different, eh? So the very first part, we are going to do exactly the same thing as we did previously, and that is acquire ourselves a guard's disguise by throwing a coin in this corner, grabbing the brick from the floor. Once he comes over, smash his head in with the brick, and then grab his disguise. So it's nice and simple at the start. Smash. So once we've grabbed his disguise, we're going to head up the pipe now, that's right next to us. And we are actually going to take out the cameras. Not completely necessary, but we may as well. Just because it's right there. You know, you may as well. Even though a lot of people know about the security room, because people don't tend to go in this area, but if you just open the door up here, you'll see the evidence right there. Just go ahead and shoot that. And then that's it. Next, we're going to pass through this room now. Just jump through the window. I forgot that door was locked. There's one enforcer in here and one enforcer outside, but he usually has his back to you, so you don't have to worry about him too much. Head to the back of the area. There's going to be a ladder. You can climb that. We can make our way around this area right here. There's going to be another enforcer around this area with a guard there. He's a super enforcer. I think you can see through basically every disguise. So that's why we're heading this way, to avoid him. We're heading to this door on our right, and there we are. We are where the target is. So there he is in the corner as usual, like he was in the previous part. Again, it took us about 2 minutes to get here, so it really hasn't really cut down in any time or anything. I think it is actually slower than the previous method. So there isn't really a fast way of getting here, really, because they removed the Ark Society start location. So what we're going to do is confirm that this is our target by make sure he triggers his dialogue and triggers his thing, because I don't want to just put it in front of him, because I don't want you to just yell at me in the comments and say this is the wrong guy and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you confirm that it's definitely him first before placing the phone on the floor.
Man, we're talking 6-figure advance on the movie rights.
That
So
server
there's a
looks
confirmation.
oddly out of place.
Go ahead and place it on the
It
floor.
could be Jimmy Chen. If the location is not favorable,
Usually LB and
find a way
RB
to
and
make
then
the
Y,
target move to
or
another
L1
location.
and R1 and then triangle for PS4. PC, I don't know what it is, don't really care. Don't use keyboard and mouse. But once you called it, electrocute him,
Target
grab the
eliminated.
dictaphone,
Well done, Patricia.
head to the
Don't
exit.
forget to pick up the voice recorder.
Whichever exit you want to is up to you really. I tend to just go for a safe one, which is basically the one on the cliffside. I think is probably the best one for this disguise, because there's one just next to us. Although there's just this annoying elite. Well, it's not an elite guard, but he's one of them enforcers that I mentioned earlier, which is a bit annoying. I couldn't remember if you can actually stay crouched through this grass and he could see you or not. I don't think he can, but I didn't want to take the risk, and I'm pretty sure he stands here for quite a long time. So I think I get a little bit annoyed at some point and then throw a coin to distract him. So if this is the situation you're in right now, just go ahead and pull out your coin and throw a coin behind him like this, and then sneak on by. Sneak on by. And there we go. Climb down the ladder once you know it's safe down there, because like I said, there is an enforcer down there too. And then head to the exit on the cliffside. I experienced a little bit of a glitch here. I don't know why this happened, but it didn't exit me. Look at this. It didn't exit me. It just went into the normal thing. It's strange. There we go. But yeah, 2 easy silent assassin methods there. Whichever is your preference, go for it. If you have the electrocution phone, obviously I'd recommend that. If you're interested in more dialogue, obviously I'd go for route 1, but that is up to you. So hopefully I've answered all the questions there. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Hopefully this has helped you out as well. Subscribe if you are brand new to the channel, because there's like 75% of people that are watching these videos aren't subscribed to the channel. So click the subscribe button and join the channel. And thank you very much for watching. Feel free to drop a like, and feel free to consider becoming a Patreon or becoming a member by clicking the join button below or clicking the link in the description for more details. Big shout out to Paul Lilly for becoming a top tier Psycho Assassin member of the channel. I really do appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever that may be. Cheers.